We'll have a look at setting up the Kimura now. Okay, so probably one of the most common attacks from the side control. We still need to, again, get into this position where I've cleared the frames. All right, we don't want to be, again, fighting against the frames. So make sure we clear the frames first, as per the last video, when we looked at the mount transition. Once I've cleared those frames, we end up here. I'm then going to start to drive my head to the mat, and I pull my underhook back and hook onto the tricep, okay? From here, I start to pull the elbow down across my partner's ribs, okay? So you can see here, I've got the tricep, I'm dropping all my weight and I'm pinning my shoulder to my partner's bicep, okay, like this. And that starts to rotate his arm down. Now if he tries to pull that arm out, it's kind of trapped, okay? From here, I want to pull my elbow to the ground and I step over the head, okay? So I bring my knee to my partner's back and I pinch. So now my partner can't roll back flat, all right? Now my right arm, I'm going to start to bring under the armpit, and I want to start to pull the elbow up towards my chest, okay? This is so if my partner tries to grip, I'm pulling his hand away from the other hand, okay? I then pull my left hand out, grab the wrist, and I lock up my Kimura grip. From here, to finish, I'm going to start to pull the hand away from the body. I'm going to start to rotate towards the back, and I want to bring my left elbow over, okay, to the mat. So I want to bring this over to the mat first, and I start to turn my hips, so I actually drop it to the mat, and now I start to rotate my hips back, pulling my heel into the back of my partner's head, okay, to trap my partner. To finish the Kimura, I actually flare my right elbow, okay, so I open this up, and then I start to actually push and pull my right elbow, okay, so the left hand pushes slightly, but the main power comes from pulling this my right elbow towards my body, and my head will kind of shift towards my partner's feet. So as I pull, okay, I'm pulling that right shoulder, and you can see this is where the power comes from. Ideally, I want to get my partner's elbow in line with his shoulder. So if I can get the elbow to here and then start to rotate, that's when I'm going to get the strongest break. So if I actually sort of push the arm out, you can already see that's coming on. I flare my elbow, and now if I start to pull, it takes very, very minimal rotation to actually finish the Kimura from there. So again, we start off in this side control position, all right, where I've got my cross face. I then start to underhook the arm. I pull my elbow down towards the mat, okay, dropping all my weight through that left side, okay. I can start to block my partner's head. I step over, replacing the hand with a knee, and I pinch. Now I start to drag the arm up my chest. I switch, and then my left hand will come to the wrist, and I lock up that Kimura grip, okay, which is just a figure 4, like this. So once I've got my figure 4, I want to start to rotate this left elbow over. So I pull the arm away from the body, rotate my left elbow to the mat, okay? And now I can start to turn my hips, and I pull that right heel towards my partner's head. Now I can start to open up the elbow slightly, okay? My aim is again to get this elbow in line with the shoulders. And then once I've got that opened up, you open up your right arm, and I start to pull that right elbow backwards, and that's where I get all my power, okay? So I'm not aiming to push this hand up here, I'm actually aiming to pull the elbow back towards me, okay? So I'm aiming for rotation. So again, flare, and I start to pull, okay?